coming up, we're going to find out what it means to get buttered and how would you like to end your life? Oh, no, that didn't sound right. I didn't mean it that way. That's not how I meant it. Let's do that again. All right, one more time.
Okay, I was wondering.
We'll just leave it at buttered. What I meant was you want to get screwed into the ground, but I don't want to do that.
But that doesn't sound right
no.
either.
You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terry.
Hello, and welcome to Just Talking Out Loud. I'm Ron.
And I'm Terry.
It's great to be with you. I got a couple things we're going to talk about, and Terry and I had started this podcast yesterday, and we were just, you ever have one of those moments where
You said it wasn't working.
it just wasn't working. It wasn't working. So then I came up with this other idea because my mic it would start here and then it would go slowly limp, just like the story of my life.
Working, right? Did you?
I already tested everything. Everything sounds good. So I'm kind of excited about if this works, this might be something, a good setup for, especially if we're doing food.
Doing food with this? Oh, we can fold that up here too.
Well, we could. Yeah, we could. Or we could do it upstairs with these. It'd be just as easy.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be hanging over. We won't have to have it on the table. We'd have more room, whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, so a couple things. One I wanted to talk about that we started yesterday was the gut check. And we had done this corn challenge. We eat corn and you find out how fast it goes through your gut.
I think mine was 24.
Yours is
48
24, 48. Mine was about a little bit more, not much more than that, but pretty much. So that's our core. Sorry it took so long to tell you the answers, but
We forgot about it.
yeah, we've been staring at our poop for the last couple weeks, and there's no corn in there. Although if you dug deep enough, you'd probably find corn.
They say corn stays in your colon.
That's what they say. When you do the colonoscopy, and you have to do that clean out,
You get all kinds of crap.
you get things in you never even knew they were in there, or you forgot they were in there. You had them when you were a kid.
Hopefully no pennies.
Yes. If you did put a quarter in and 2 dimes a nickel came out, then, who knows? Okay, so that was the gut check. So thank you. If you did that, maybe you haven't tried it yet. Try the gut check. See
What's that supposed to tell you?
Well, it's supposed to tell how your metabolism's working. Like if it's 12 or 48 hours, it's good. If it's longer than that, it means it's not quite, like I think it's 72 hours, and then it goes.
I'm having troubles all the time.
I don't know. Yours is
keeping weight off.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Maybe we'll go on the corn diet.
No, that's okay.
So we started off with, what does it mean to get buttered? Now, Terry knows what this means now because we, Sarah says hello. Because we had started this. So why don't you tell the people what it means to get buttered? Do you remember? Or did you forget already?
It's when you're getting praised at work.
That's right. Buttered is, by your coworkers, to get buttered means to be excessively praised or complimented. And so to achieve this, you have to be constantly on the go, right? Or go above and beyond, exceptional skills, be helpful, supportive to your colleagues, and then you get this buttered. And the key elements of buttered is deliver high quality work consistently. So when you were in the workforce, you went above and beyond, you did your job, okay? That's what you do. And then you should get the old pat on the back. Good job there, even though some people might not get the old pat on the back. Be a team player, even though there are some teams or some players that want to sit on the bench.
Oh, yeah.
Don't really want to get up if they don't have to.
There's one in every office.
There's always going to be somebody.
That someone, that takes advantage and kind of slides their work to other people.
I wish I could say getting buttered means something else, but it doesn't. Get all lathered up.
I know you were hoping for buttering to be something.
I was hoping to be buttered, yeah.
Really sensual.
Yes, I need some buttering, big time. I'd even do peanut butter because I know you like peanut butter.
Favorite.
Yeah. Take initiative, identify problems, and find solutions that could get you buttered. A positive attitude in your demeanor will get you buttered. Show appreciation, be a good communicator. Just some of the things, if you want to get buttered by your co-workers, which is different than being an ass kisser. That's different because you would not be buttered.
Would be to your boss, right? And your boss would be the one who.
Yeah, well, maybe. Or you just, yeah. I don't want to go any further with that, but yeah. But anyway, that's what it means to get buttered. See, now you know. See, now you know. Yeah, I thought. See, you were more talkative yesterday than you are today.
I know. You thought it was going bad. I thought it was going good.
I thought it was going bad because I just. So
because
obviously it was
because of your mic. That was the only thing that was going bad.
It just kept going. And I was afraid, like I didn't even know if it could end up in my lap. Well. Okay, so, do you know what floodlighting is?
Looking for deer.
Well, that's a good. Yeah, that's true. If you're going out looking for deer, shooting
like
from
that
the
when they
floodlighting
light in the woods out in the country. That's what they used to.
Well, it's actually a dating trend.
Oh, floodlighting. Okay.
Can you kind of guess what that, like what pertains to floodlighting, like what that means? No, not even a guess.
Well, going after someone.
No. So you got a hot date, right? And this is a tactic that you really shouldn't try is floodlighting. Okay. Floodlighting is when you expose way too much about yourself.
Right away.
Right away. So in other words, like you might say we're on a date, right? And you decide you want to tell me about your bowel movements. Oh, that's way too much information. How many times
TMI.
You actually do go to the bathroom?
TMI.
Maybe you, I'm sure it's more than that, but I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
Using that as a, but anyway, it says that you share, yes, you share way too much information. And they say a lot of times it's to protect us from vulnerability. And it also, they say, you're trying to get on a fast track to have a relationship.
Yeah.
So you want everybody, you really want them to know you.
Getting older and still aren't married and they're trying to find the right person. My floodlight just trying to speed up the process.
Yeah. Like for instance, you might be on a date and you say, I'm an only child, hate my dad, I'm on a cleanse, have a ton of debt, and technically I'm banned from Walmart. Now, would you be able to handle that if I were to tell you those things? And you're like, this is
see you later.
This is way too much information.
Loser, see you later.
Man, call me a loser already. But that would scare them off immediately by floodlighting them right away. You wanted them to ease into relationship,
right.
don't you?
Ease into your faults. Find your good qualities first.
Let's talk about our dating life. And when we started, we met each other at Foodland. That's when I saw Terry. She was at the register. And we've talked about this before.
Have we?
I'm sure we have. We've been doing this for 5 years.
Have we been doing that?
Well, not video, but audio we've been doing quite a while. But anyway,
and you used to stock the shelves in my
I would stock the shelves
aisles.
And I would stare at Terry and put the beans in the wrong place. Or put the wrong price on something because I'm staring at her.
You were watching me instead of what you
I was
doing.
watching you, and then, but I mean, as far as us dating, okay? Our first date was.
You never asked me out, really.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
We were all going to the homecoming.
We weren't all going. You were asked to go
because
because.
There was a whole bunch of us from Foodland going, and then everyone backed out, and you came and got me.
I had asked you because my cousin was going to be named homecoming queen.
Yeah. You didn't
but
know
I was saying our date.
You didn't know. You just knew
well,
she was on
I didn't
the
know
court.
she was on the court. Yeah, I didn't know that. But I mean, our dating life, we eased into. We didn't tell each other everything. Did we?
I don't know. I can't remember.
You don't remember?
I can't remember.
Wow.
I remember you showing me a lot.
I never showed
Down
you
your mother's
anything.
hallway.
Never showed you a thing.
Oh, you're so funny.
Other than the black chair.
Oh,
That wonderful black chair.
You showed me
I didn't show you anything.
all kinds
You wanted to see it, so I showed you my pickle collection,
Yeah, right.
right?
It was quite a pickle.
But I mean, seriously though, with our dating, I'm trying to think, what did we do? And I don't really remember either. It's been 40 years. We've been together 40 years.
We went to Dairy Queen after work sometimes. What else did we do? Mainly went to your house to watch TV after work. When it snowed, I'd spend the night and you'd pull the mattress off of your bed and pull it out into the living room. We'd sleep on the mattress and your mom would sleep on the couch above us.
Yeah, that's probably true.
You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Trying to remember your sister would talk in her sleep. Popsicles.
Yeah. Here, you know what? Hold on one second. Hold on, folks. I gotta see something because Terry said something, and yeah.
What?
Yeah,
What?
I was right. I didn't check it. It didn't save it. So I wonder why I couldn't hear you. I couldn't see but now we're good.
So everything we did.
No, we're good.
Is okay.
No, we're good. It's just you were just a little bit lower.
Oh, okay.
So
you might not be able to hear me for the first part, huh?
yeah, first couple minutes.
Okay.
But you should be fine. And I didn't even think about checking that. So that's basically my fault.
Okay, what's our next subject?
Insomnia. Do you have insomnia? There's some exercise you can do
have.
for insomnia.
Bad insomnia lately.
I've been getting up at like 1, 2 o'clock. Can't go back to sleep. I don't
can't
know.
go to sleep right when I lay down. I'm tired. I'm yawning. I have a headache in the back of my head and I cannot sleep.
Yeah.
And the ringing in my ears is bad.
So there's some exercises you might be able to try that might help you to fall asleep. And they were talking about looking at, especially over 60. And yes, I'm going to be the big 60. Terry just turned, November turned 60. So they did these studies of 60-year-olds. They explored the impact that 5 different types of exercises had on sleep troubles, like aerobic exercises, swimming, brisk walking, combination workouts like yoga, balance exercises, standing on one leg, flexibility exercises like gymnastics, which you used to do.
I
back
tried
in
the
day.
balancing last night. It didn't work.
Balancing for
to make you sleep.
You got up?
I got up and
I
went
missed
pee and
it.
I was standing.
I actually must have
and-
slept that time.
Oh, you snore within a couple minutes all the time.
Yeah, but for some reason you're snoring at 2 and then I'm wide awake. Can't go back to sleep. But anyway, so they checked all this out and even lifting weights to see what would help. And while combination and aerobic exercises were found to be effective in improving sleep quality to a clinically significant level,
But
the
when
researchers-
did they do them? Like morning or right before bed?
that's a
or
good
what?
question. It doesn't
Because
say.
that's what I didn't. I mean, I exercise every morning, but doesn't seem to be helping me. So am I
Yeah.
supposed to do them right before bed?
That's a great point because that's what I was trying to. I was thinking, well, is it better in the evening?
To tire me out right before bed? I don't know.
Right.
Because usually when I exercise, that gets my adrenaline pumping and gets me doing something for the day.
Now they say that strength training worked best for insomnia. So that's more of the weight resistance workouts like lifting weights. So they say that's really good for the insomnia. So, but here's the thing: you and I have gotten into like a routine in a way, or you have too, because you leave in the morning to go watch
I
the kids,
exercise before
and
that.
you before, and you've been doing that even without getting up. You've been getting up and exercising, and it has helped you.
And
does it kind of
on
give
the
you some
other
energy?
mornings, I'm exercising like when I would be driving there, but
Yes, right.
I thought it did at first when I first got the program and first started it seemed to be giving me energy, but now lately with this insomnia, I'm just All the time. I just, yeah.
putting our audience to
and then
sleep.
I'm really tired.
Maybe they can watch the show and fall asleep.
Like when,
This is great for insomnia.
when I'm tired and I lay down and I can't sleep and it's annoying.
Maybe there's another exercise that we haven't tried that we should try.
Oh yeah, I'm
I think
sure
we should
you
try
want
that.
to try quite a few.
I think we should try it. It's not strength training, but I could
It
lift you
usually-
up.
It usually keeps me awake.
We can try some aerobics in there. It's a waterbed, though. I'd be afraid we'd pop it. You know? What?
Penny's gonna give you a comment.
I don't know. I'm just saying maybe this will help.
She said
Maybe
she-
when I can't sleep at 2 a.m, I should just wake you up. And that will help me go back to sleep.
That'll make me roll out of bed and go into the other room.
Man.
I'm actually sleeping. If I'm actually
Jeez.
sleeping, because if I finally got to sleep, I'll be annoyed.
So, yeah, she's going to be annoyed. Whatever happened to the screw-in coffin? Now, this looks like a carrot, and what this is this was patented a few years ago for a screw-in
weird.
coffin. It's a device the inventor claimed would conserve space in cemeteries. The coffin was made of clear resin, so you could see the person as you're. Here, I showed Terry this yesterday, so we'll show it again to the camera. I don't know if you can tell, but what's happening in here is this here
Is the coffin.
is the coffin itself. So
The person is in there.
can you see the people that are twisting? They're twisting the coffin.
I
The person's in there. There's 2 people right here.
Yeah.
And they're screwing it into the ground. And again, you can see the person because it's like clear resin. And so he says this thing. Now, there's actually a video. If you go on YouTube, you can find the video of how he says this thing works. And it was made of resin because you could view the body during the installation. I don't know if that's good or bad.
I don't know if
I mean,
I
are they-
want to see my
Are they?
loved
They
one.
got to be strapped in, right?
Yeah.
Because
Well, and then I don't know if I want to see my loved one.
getting screwed into the
Or
ground.
is the resin right up to their skin?
What do you mean?
Are they encased in resin all the way?
It doesn't look. It looks like a giant carrot. That's what it looks like.
I know, but is that resin all the way onto their person?
Well, that's what the actual coffin is made of that they put them in.
I know, but
resin.
are they just molded into that resin?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. That's a good question. I should have watched more of the video.
Well, because then that would hold them in there just like they are, and then they could, when they're. But I think it would be weird to see your loved one go down into the ground like
well,
that.
I wouldn't want to be a pallbearer.
And have to screw your
That
loved
has
one
to
down
screw
in
the
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really.
Yeah, it
think
doesn't.
That's not what I want to do.
It doesn't seem like
No.
that rules that one out for us.
So I think that's it. So if you don't want to do the screw-in type, then maybe you'd like to do the one where this guy, he was a fun-loving guy apparently. He liked to joke, and he always said he wanted a Snickers-themed coffin. And Pat Broom or Bromey, he's 55. Unfortunately, he's only 55. He was laid to rest in a chocolate bar branded box that was a Snickers. And this is the coffin.
Snickers coffin.
It's a Snickers coffin. It says I'm nuts on it. And he joked about having a Snickers themed coffin. And the family said, you know what? To honor his memory in a way that reflected his personality, they thought
that was fun.
in the Snickers bar, it says I'm lots of nuts. That's what they did. And they honored his wishes. So yeah, I mean, if the screw-in type is not what you'd want to go for, then maybe you want to go for a Snickers. So I started thinking about, because Terry and I have done a will. We finally decided that we needed to do a will.
Which I don't know.
What do you mean? What? You have to do a will.
Well,
Well, what?
you don't have to. Your family has to go
If
through
it's not written
probate,
down,
and,
then it's not, then it's, you got to do something. Now all of a sudden you're changing your mind? Are you changing your mind?
no.
Okay. I mean, I just wondering, like,
Well,
you don't.
if something would have happened to us before this,
Well, I
our
know,
kids would have to go through probate
that's-
to get what they
That's
want.
a great point. I don't know. Well, I don't know how that. Well, yeah, I guess there's nothing written down.
Yeah.
I mean, I had one that was kind of cheesy
Yeah.
on the internet.
What that probably would do.
If it was signed by both of us,
Did we never sign
I don't even know if I signed it,
I don't remember signing it.
and I don't even know where it is.
Oh, well, that doesn't help.
So that doesn't help either. So anyway, we did a will, and we talked to an attorney, and he
So
did.
now we have to decide what we want to do for funeral.
Well, that's
arrangements.
that part of it we haven't really.
That has-
I know for sure you don't want to be screwed into the ground.
yeah, that rules one thing out.
Yeah, she's
for
not
me.
going to be screwed into the ground.
Yeah, that's just weird. It's weird. It's
That
just,
sounds bad. What are you doing? I'm screwing my wife in the ground.
That's gross.
What do you mean? She wanted to be buried in the backyard. Hold on one second. I'm almost done. Another day or two. It just seemed like it would be really tough to do.
I don't know. Maybe they wet the ground so that it's. And then if you hit a rock, how are you going to go through that?
It gets diverted.
Or the resin
Or it doesn't
breaks
go in,
and
or it
yeah,
breaks.
Yeah.
I mean, around here, that's all you do is hit rock.
Sandstones everywhere.
What if they dig it out a little bit just to kind
Yeah,
of give it a head
probably.
start?
They probably do like a drill thing that way. You
Yeah.
can get it going in there. But
What do they call that when you like the starter bit, and
yeah,
then you go in with the bigger bit.
yeah.
Anyway, so that's just a couple things that if you're thinking
I think
about
a
what
lot
would
of
you like
people
to
are
do.
going for cremation now, where they used to not.
Do you
I
feel
think-
like you're leaning?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't care. I'm not going to be here for that. So,
Yeah, I mean,
I
we're
mean-
going to be in a better place. So, do we care?
what happens to my body?
Does it have to do with money? Does
I don't
that make a
know,
big
and
difference?
then,
Maybe
you
that makes a
know,
difference. I don't know.
You're supposed to get a new body, a new perfect body, anyhow. So
Out with the old, in with the new. Is that what we're saying?
I don't.
Wow. Okay.
I know it's, but they say you'll recognize each other. So I mean, does this body? It's going to look like this body. So I mean,
Yeah. Will we recognize? Oh, I'd like to get rid of some of the stuff that I have. Like, can I pick and choose what I'd like to have on my new body? Change my nose, my teeth. Basically,
think so.
everything from here down. And
I
then
don't
this
think so.
gone, the belly gone. What else?
I don't know.
Just changing. Can I put in a requisition
request.
now, request as to what I'd like to have for my new body?
Then no one will know you.
Well, that's perfect in a way. I don't really want to be seen anyway.
Okay.
You know how I am. I'm a recluse. So now next story is our unused gift card. Now, a lot of people ask for gift cards. I like gift cards.
Yeah, I like
We use our gift cards.
Mm-hmm.
We always ask for whether it be Eaton Park, right? Bob Evans. Bob Evans is our. If you had to, Bob Evans is my
Bob
favorite
Evans
breakfast place. I like Bob
You
Evans.
like
for breakfast.
Napoli's. We like a lot of other restaurants. now.
Yes, we use the restaurant cards.
Yeah.
We don't have any. I don't think now, right?
I don't know
We had some from your dad, but we don't know how much is on it.
because
Because
it wore off.
All the
writing
phone
wore
numbers
off,
wore off, and the
and
numbers
no one
wore
would
off.
tell us what. I mean,
They're
I would
just-
think. Didn't we even take it to the restaurant and have them run it through?
And they couldn't.
because
It wouldn't go
it
through,
wore
and then
through.
the numbers were so worn off that they couldn't do that either. So
Yeah. So how many thousands of dollars in unused gift cards? And that's why, because-
27 billion.
Because you take it and they can't even. Yeah.
$27 billion in unused
Well, and
gift
like
cards.
that, it was in his wallet and it wore off, and then he couldn't use it.
Yeah.
So
Was it a Red Lobster?
I think it was a Red Lobster.
Yeah, I think it was too. The average person has about $244 in unused gift cards. So that's about the average. We use them up pretty quick.
Yeah, I usually
Once in a blue moon, right?
there's one that's got stuck away or something. But
Yeah, we might,
not usually.
yeah, for the most part, it might sneak away. For the most, like the Duncan one took us a while to use. for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what, because we just
I'm not sure why.
we didn't. I was dieting, and it's hard to go to Dunkin'
Well,
Donuts and diet.
Yeah, that's true. Especially even when their breakfast sandwiches are really good too.
Yeah,
We
I
found
mean,
that out.
yeah.
So if you have any gift cards and you don't know what to do with them, and they're like Bob Evans or Eating, what's send them to me, and Terry, we'll use them for you. It's not like there's a name on it, so it doesn't matter. And finally, in this section, it's about bacon. Terry loves bacon. A lot of people have a lot of people love bacon to like. Terry loves bacon. I think bacon shrimp, bacon. What was that we had at the?
Scallops.
Was that what it was? Bacon, pretty much. You'd wrap anything in bacon. Well, that didn't sound.
Almost anything.
Okay. But anyway,
I didn't care for the chocolate covered bacon that much.
a survey says that 43% of people would rather eat bacon than have sex.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
Have a plate of bacon is like having sex for some
A whole pound
people.
of bacon.
A whole
pound.
A whole pound of bacon.
A whole pound of bacon.
That was that movie, Grumpy Old Men. He says, I wake up and have bacon for breakfast, a bacon sandwich for lunch, and bacon for dinner. And then, bacon sandwich for lunch, and I usually drink my dinner.
Yeah.
Because he was 90-some years old. So
Yeah.
at that point, whatever you got to do, you got to do. So this story came out yesterday about a lady in China, she's a Chinese woman. She's going viral for an odd lifestyle choice. She, because of the rising living cost in China, she's 18 years old, and she's from a royal family in China, but she's chosen to live in a bathroom at her workplace, and she pays $588, which is RS, which I don't know what that was. So I had to look it up. And it amounted to, and now I lost it. I thought I had the amount on here. Because it was 50 yen. So I was trying to figure out what it is, and it's like several $100s.
To live in someone's
To live
bathroom.
in the workplace bathroom.
She lives in it.
Yeah, she has to pack up all her stuff. And here's a look at the room. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah, why would you want to live
So there's
in
the bathroom. I don't know if you'd be able to see it or not. For those that are watching, for those you have to watch the video. But basically, it's just a toilet. The shower is to the right. Actually, there's a bidet.
the showers?
There's actually a bidet,
Yeah,
too.
there's
in
a
there.
bidet, and it looks like the shower. So where does she sleep?
Well, I'm assuming in the bathtub, but I think that's a shower stall. So
a
she
shower
must
stall,
she must
sleeping.
sleep on the floor, right next to the bidet, and because there's a little bit of
That's
it's probably
gross.
what 3 feet maybe
Yeah.
there. Anyway, she earns a salary of 2,700 yen, and yen. I looked this all up, and now I can't find my paper because I know it's.
And she pays part of that. To
And a lot
sleep
of
in the
that goes
bathroom.
to rent. She couldn't afford to pay for other basic amenities. She has nothing else. She just lives in the bathroom. So they struck a deal with the boss to live in the bathroom. And here's what she has to do. So she has to, she chronicles this lifestyle, and she has like 16,000 followers. Maybe we should just live in the bathroom.
So what
on
she
YouTube.
has a mat that she sleeps on and rolls it all up in
So-
the morning, and then has what she do with her clothes.
So her routine is she washes her clothes in the bathroom, dries them on the rooftop. So she goes outside on the roof and dries them on the rooftop. And she says that the space remains clean. During store hours, she has to pack up all her things because customers
Use the bathroom.
use the bathroom. So she's paying rent for a room
that she shares.
that she shares, well, with other people. Well, and I mean that
And
by
I wonder where she
only,
keeps her stuff. Like where are her clothes? So she only has
Maybe
the
in a
clothes
duffel
that she's
bag.
on her.
I'm assuming in a
mean-
duffel bag, right?
Yeah, that.
Because she's living in the bathroom, packing everything up, and then takes whatever she sleeps on with her. Maybe she puts it in a storage cabinet. It doesn't really say.
It says she works in a furniture store.
Yes, she works in a furniture store. You'd think she'd be able to sleep downstairs on the bed.
Yeah, in a furniture
I mean, if you're,
store.
why not? You could do
You could put the sheets on the bed and then take them off, and then
Make the bed, go
and
upstairs,
sleep.
shower. do your thing, and then
And if there's a washing machine, you could wash it in there too.
I doubt there's a. Well, I don't know. I guess maybe. Well, you go to laundromat for that.
Yeah.
I guess you could go to laundromat. So
Go
anyway,
around the
that
corner, wash the sheets every day.
yeah. So can you imagine paying? We'll say five. I know it's more than this because I can't remember the number. And I thought I had it written above here what it was, and it's a lot of money for what she's having to live in a bathroom. Some people live in apartments that are about this small.
I know.
But they're
I know.
apartments.
What is it?
They're not the
China, where
bathroom.
they say the hotels are like a drawer. You
Oh,
rent a
yeah,
drawer to sleep
yeah.
in, and you sleep in like a drawer,
that is true.
which would creep a lot of people out who have claustrophobia and stuff.
Oh, maybe this is
And you
it?
try to sit up in the middle of the night, you're gonna conk your head on the next one. You know.
Pays $588 monthly. That's RS. See, I thought I had it written down.
If you roll around a lot, I don't think that would work out very well.
Yeah, I don't. How's her dating life? You want to come back to my place, the furniture store, and where do you
sleep
live?
on the
I live in the bathroom.
Sleep on the bathroom floor with me.
But she's, I mean, I guess that's what she wants to do. So I mean, that's just what she can afford, I guess. I don't know.
That's weird.
So there you go. There's some people find way. You think you have it bad until you have to live in a bathroom that the public shares with you. So that's kind of tough.
That's like a homeless person around here.
It is, but although she's got a little bit better, at least she's indoors,
Yeah.
right? I mean, she's got the
They trust it. Yeah.
they trust her, and she can be like a security guard if anything goes on downstairs. She's already there. That's why I said, why don't you sleep downstairs? I bet she sneaks. Well, I don't know. If the security system's on, she might not be able to move around.
You might throw it. Yeah. Off.
And there's no refrigerator, so what does she do for?
Food. She must have to go around the corner and get her food.
Does she
Get
wash
takeout all the
Does she
time.
wash her clothes in the bidet or the toilet?
Probably in the shower.
In the shower. Oh, she showers with her clothes,
Who
maybe,
knows?
and then takes them on the rooftop and dries them off. It's kind of crazy to think, but I mean, there's people that just when you think you have it.
I mean, because when your work's over, I mean, you don't have a TV to watch or nothing.
I guess she uses her phone and chronicles everything on her phone to her 16,000 followers. So she does have somebody following her. You would too if you're wondering how she's doing living in a bathroom. So, how would you like to save some money in a grocery store? Here's some tips. Now, some of these to me just seem like they're just common sense. You know what I
Obvious
mean?
things.
Yeah, I mean, I would think so. So they have a list, because it is getting expensive. So they gave the shopping tips that can help save you a little coin. One of them was to try and skip everything in the middle of the store. You know how they have all the goodies and
Well, if you go through the produce section and then the meat sections, which are out on the outside, that should be mainly where you spend your money.
yeah, and it says skip the middle because it's a lot of snacks, which it is. Down the middle, you have lots of snacks. And then the produce, meats, dairy, eggs are all around the outside walls.
Mm-hmm.
Make a list, stick to it. Now we do make lists, but
We don't stick to it.
we don't stick to it and then
Well,
sometimes we
well,
forgot
a lot
stuff.
of times,
though.
if meat's on sale or
Yes.
something, I just pick
Yes.
it up and then I don't need it when
Correct.
you know.
But if you can make a list and stick to it and try to stay away from the little Debbie aisle, then you're doing good.
But then you go through another store and they got Little Debbie's on the way out.
They do. They have the little Debbie's
Walmart.
everywhere. They really
Even
do.
Gabe's has a Little Debbie's.
I
on the
think
way
it's
out,
done scientifically.
just so we spend more money,
Yes.
and then I have to hide them from myself because I'm always dieting.
Yes. And I'm trying not to eat in front of her, which I'm doing better.
You are doing better.
I'm doing better because I'm trying not to. But I hate wasting food. You're like that. You don't like to waste food.
I don't like to waste.
We don't like to
food.
waste food.
I hate it when I'm with the kids and they are wasting waffles and I'll eat the last.
So do I, even when they're cold and crusty.
Yeah, gross.
All right, shopping around at nearby stores, you can find out which store has the best prices. Now, I think if
That's
we
what
were
ads. I always use the
look at the ads,
for.
I think we could probably assume that Aldi's would be cheaper than Walmart, right?
Yeah. We
Walmart.
used to have a Save-A-Lot, but we don't have
So,
one anymore.
okay, let's look at it this way. We think Aldi's is cheaper than Walmart. Walmart is probably cheaper than Giant Eagle.
Walmart is usually. It
Right.
depends on what item and if it's on a sale.
And we
I used to go to Shop and Save and Foodland all the time, and
really like Save-A-Lot. We used
did.
to. We used to like.
Well,
Save-A-Lot was.
it was
big,
nice when Zachary worked there because then I could say, "Hey, just bring this home."
Well, yeah, but Save-A-Lot, we knew where everything was. And,
and then and like Aldi's is just redone their store again, so you have
Aldi's,
to walk
yeah.
through everything.
Oh, they're
again.
smart. Because otherwise, you just go to the aisles you need and get the heck out. But now you got to pass the candy. You got to pass the Little Debbie's. You got to pass the potato chips. Don't we?
Yeah.
That's how we ended
But
up
they
with
still
the,
do have the produce right there where you walk in, the coolers along the outside, and the meat on the other end,
Then you want to
on the
buy
outside of the store.
generic. If you can get generic, generic's the way to go. It's usually a little cheaper.
Cheaper.
It's
yeah.
cheaper. And it doesn't taste really that much different than anything else.
Not usually.
You know what I mean? We should probably do a generic and just say, does it taste different?
Taste test?
But I don't know, what would we do? Like, what product would be?
Like macaroni and cheese. we could
See,
do.
I think so too. You
We
do the
could
Kraft.
or the Velveeta.
Oh,
You may have to blindfold yourself then.
Ooh,
though,
'cause you'd see- you'd
the
see it, the
noodles
difference.
Like
yeah.
the
Remember the Velveeta used to cut it off? Oh,
Yeah.
bless you.
the
Used to
Velveeta.
cut it off with the.
But they have generic in the cheese things too.
Yeah,
At
they do.
Aldi's, they have. I'd like to get a regular like Velveeta or Kraft that has the cheese sauce with the metal thing and the generic and try them.
Yeah, I agree. Velveeta. Maybe we should do that.
And we could also do like the like Coors or whatever name brand, like chicken noodles with the Aldi's brand.
But
Chicken
wouldn't we-
noodles or the
Yeah.
Walmart has their own brand of a lot of things like that too.
Would we have to buy it already made? Because if we make it, are we going to know which is which?
Well, if I make it and we have a bunch of people over, then
We could have
then
them do
try it.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
true. That's a good idea.
Well, yeah.
Have Ian over and have him try
it.
that.
See if you're trying to pick the generic. Which
Yeah,
one's
find
generic.
the generic. Yeah, that's a good idea. That might be a nice. Terry just come up with a show idea.
Okay. Yep.
There it is. Now this is you. It's all you. You got to work out all the.
Well, a lot of people have done this. It's
All been done.
before, so
All we're doing is, can we, the average Joe
pick out the
or
generic
Joe
one.
S.
Mhm.
or Josie, figure it out for ourselves. Eat a big meal before you go to the store. This is where we kind of go wrong.
We get up and go
We get up and just go.
because we want to beat all the people there, and
We
we want
do.
to get out of there before it's crowded.
Yes, we want to just get in and get out. And so we don't really take the time. Now, sometimes, if we're a little earlier, we'll go to Bob Evans.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Make sure to check the cost per ounce. They say sell prices are confusing, and they're not always the cheapest option. But I don't really look that close, because if I need, if we're buying bread bread's different. What would be? I don't know. I'm trying to think what
Meat.
meat. Well, yeah, meat's expensive regardless.
Yeah, it is.
Wouldn't matter
what
anyway.
Right now.
The other thing that's good is meal plan.
I used to, when I was home with the kids, we meal planned. Wrote down, we're having 2 chicken meals, a burger meal, and an Italian meal or whatever this week. And
Right.
we ate I planned it out, went and bought that stuff, and that's how we made it.
They're kind of saying that you want to base it on things that spoil first. Like you want to look at what will last a little bit longer, I guess, in the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but
Does that make sense? We just,
I always did
plan
a
'em-
2-week meal plan and
Right.
bought,
if you can afford it, buy all your non-perishable items in bulk. So, which we do.
which we do
We
at
buy
Sam's.
Club. We do the toilet paper.
Kleenex.
I like the toilet paper.
Paper
It's
towel.
actually not a bad toilet. It's not a
Toilet
rough
paper, Kleenex,
sandpapery
paper towels.
feel.
We do that with Pop for the pool in the summertime. what else do we? But that's where our meat.
Oh, for the summertime, yes.
Yeah, but we buy meat that way and
Right.
bring it home and freeze it in meals, in Ziploc bags and meals. We do. I mean, we do almost everything in bulk.
This is interesting. It says in the aisles, look high and low. They say the most expensive stuff is usually the easiest to see and reach.
I believe that.
Okay. So are we saying like, we'll go to the...
Yeah, if you think about it, our pizza dough mix that we get, the mix is 77 cents. It's way up high
hidden.
usually.
Sometimes it's hidden. We have to really find
Yeah.
it.
And then they move it all
Yes,
the time.
they move
on
it all
us.
the time. That's true. So are we saying like Kraft macaroni and cheese would be here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then would the cheaper stuff be
High or low?
like which? I would think it would be Kraft, and then they probably don't do that. They probably mix like a Kraft and because we used to do what is it?
I don't know. You were a stock boy for
Walmart's.
how long?
Well, but they never said that.
I know.
They just have a barcode. This is where it went. But like, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, the generics, where would they put the high and low for the
Yeah, but there was
cheaper
something.
prices?
There was something else and I lost it. There was
I don't
something I was
know.
going to go with. And I lost it. It's gone. It's gone forever.
It's gone.
It's in that
forever.
gray hair of mine. Shop your pantry first. Clean out your fridge. A lot of times you can find something to put together, and there's no better way to save money than to eat the food you already have. But sometimes, as we have noticed, it's the two of us, and sometimes we just don't want to make anything. And then even when you go out, sometimes nothing sounds good.
I know. Just go out for a sandwich.
Yeah, so you go out for a sandwich, and even that sometimes you're like, not really my, yeah. So anyway, and so that's some ways to save some money. Can you think of other ways that maybe we could have saved?
I'm trying to think of ways. I did ad shopping when the kids were young. I did the ad shopping. If chickens were on sale, guess what? We ate chicken that week. I did everything. Whatever meat was on sale, that's what and then I made a couple meals out of that for the next 2 weeks. And then, yeah.
Sometimes they hide that. You have to find, like in the Sam's Club, you can find the sale. Like if it's a little bit older, maybe a day old, it'll have that sale sticker.
That's fine as long as you take it home and freeze it that day.
Exactly.
Or eat it within the next couple days. Yeah.
Okay,
I used
final.
to always do the clearance meat like
Right.
that too. And I learned that from working at Foodland because what was left yesterday was put in the today's special the next day. And
Yeah.
it's just 1 day old.
Yeah,
And
it's
if you're
not.
taking it home and throwing it in the freezer, it's fine.
That's exactly. Last story, ready? And then I'm gonna tell you a question I ask, and we'll leave on that note.
Okay.
So some people apparently, and I didn't know about this. There's some guys out there apparently that when they poop, they've got to poop naked.
I've heard that people
Have you heard this?
take all their clothes off.
This is in the New York Post. This is actually a story
They like everything off of them.
about a growing number of men who say they remove all their clothes before emptying their bowels in order to fully enjoy the experience. I don't want to put all my
Pooping
clothes
was
back
such
on.
a good experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Although
Well,
when you're constipated and it is
Then
a
it's-
very big relief.
then it's a celebration.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, baby,
Woo-hoo.
yay,
Yeah,
I
Terry-
did it. I feel better.
Terry comes out,
Okay, all right. And I don't feel like I still have to go.
Yay.
Yay.
The Post talked to one guy, Matt, who said he feels more free and comfortable when he poops naked. So I guess it's kind of like,
It's a comfort thing.
it's a comfort thing. You don't feel restricted.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Maybe. He takes all it off at the toilet at work.
See, I would be afraid
I
someone walk
don't.
in and all my clothes would be laying on the floor.
This is where you'd want the stall to be like a full stall. You wouldn't want, like, does he leave his socks on or does he take his socks off?
You may hang them
Does he leave his shoes on?
May hang everything up on that hook on the back of the door.
So he takes it off in the toilet at work, friends' homes,
Oh, that
public bathrooms. He says, I carried on pooping naked from a childhood because it feels natural to me. When I take off my clothes, I feel more free to do my business like animals do. Yeah, but they do it outside in the yard, so thank Thankfully, he's not doing it out in the yard.
Yeah.
Now, not always do I
Heard
go
of
full
some
nude.
people that runners, and they just, it hits them
But
because
they
it hits
keep
a pheasant,
running.
and they just pull their pants down right in
Sometimes
your
they
yard
don't
like
even
a
do
dog,
that.
and then they just pull it up and keep on going.
Sometimes I've seen where they've actually had on where
And
it's
they just
actually
pull
running down their
the
legs.
I would pull my pants down, I think. No, I don't want to wear that dress. Run,
Another naked toilet user, a former truck driver, said, pooping is always an event for me. I lay sheets of toilet paper on the ground, take off all my clothes, balance each of them on top of my shoes. Then I do my business naked. He even removed any jewelry and watches. Holy cow. That's a lot
Good
of
way
work.
to lose something.
If you're, listen, if you are having some issues, you don't have time for all that.
Oh no, if it hits me sometimes, I gotta get there now. You've been in Walmart with me. I gotta go. I gotta go.
Terry
When I
does
say my
this.
kabuka has hit the bottom, I gotta go.
She does this
Most
walk.
of the time it's just pee because it's kabuka,
Yeah,
but every
usually.
once in a while it's more than that, and I gotta go now.
It's a prairie dog situation. We have a prairie dog situation in aisle 7. There she goes. Another guy explains that removing his clothes enables him to have a wider stance and be more of an open position. He says, I can't poop unless my clothes are 100% out of my field of vision. What do you set them on the counter?
And then go in.
And then go in and come back out all
And then
naked?
if someone's in there, they don't want to see that.
It makes me feel uncomfortable, so I hide them out of sight. His own clothes make him feel uncomfortable, so he has to take them out of sight. He'd have to take them out of the stall because if it bothers him there in the stall, he can't go to the bathroom.
That's weird.
Wow. Okay, I don't know. You don't sleep. You don't do the
No.
number. You don't get naked in the stalls at
No.
public bathrooms.
My
do you?
feet are always cold. I want my
That's-
socks on.
Well, you would leave your socks on.
I would leave everything on anyhow.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're going to do our question that I ask, and we're going to leave on this note. And the question was, if your personality had a flavor, what would it be? I thought of one for me, and I think you'll agree with my flavor. Can I tell you mine? First?
Watermelon.
Well, I like watermelon, but no. I was thinking more of how I am, so I thought of vanilla.
Oh yeah, you like vanilla. You do like vanilla. Vanilla. I was thinking chocolate, but then lately I haven't been into chocolate
No, not
too much.
really.
And I thought watermelon.
You thought of watermelon for you?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but what would be my flavor? I
Annette
don't
says
know.
bubble gum, and Penny, of course, had a really good one. Red hot, cinnamon, spicy, and undesirable at first, but you get used to it.
Red
I
hot,
thought that was pretty good.
cinnamon spicy. That's good.
That is a good one.
Yeah,
that
I
was
don't
a
know
good
what
one.
my flavor would be. I'm trying to think of this. What would my flavor be?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what your flavor would be too, and I'm
It
just
would be a mixture of something like peanut butter cup ice cream.
peanut butter and bacon.
No,
That's not a flavor.
no,
Well, it is a
no.
flavor. but
My flavor would be. It would be
What is
vanilla and chocolate mixed of some kind. Like I would love
caramel.
Oh,
Caramel.
I like caramel. But I think it would be a vanilla swirl of some kind.
Okay.
Like vanilla and caramel, or vanilla and chocolate, or vanilla.
You used to
peanut
like
butter.
the fudgy cookies. Remember the fudge cookies?
Yeah, I
you
used to
like
love
fudge.
them. That was I was into chocolate for quite a while.
You were for a while, yes, for sure. But so you're gonna say as vanilla.
like a swirl, like a vanilla chocolate.
What about like a
swirl.
strawberry? You've been having these strawberry. No,
I don't know.
I pick vanilla because I'm very vanilla.
You are very.
I'm very vanilla, so that's why I picked
And
vanilla.
I've been more vanilla lately than chocolate. And I used to be very chocolate.
You were very chocolate. You were very
Chocolate peanut butter, probably.
yes, for sure. Yeah, I think that's good. Well, thanks so much for watching and listening. We appreciate it. Don't forget, every Monday we have a new episode. Don't forget, those of you that are on YouTube, please
Subscribe and
like and share. And there's going to be a button right there that says, the thumbs up. Give it one of those, even if you don't like it. Just do it anyway. Who cares? And maybe we can put you to sleep. You can't sleep? Put us on. Maybe
maybe we'll put you to
we'll
sleep.
rock you to sleep. You want us to sing
Especially on one of my days
Rockabye
where I'm
Baby?
yawning.
Yeah. So what else? Oh, follow us on Facebook or X at Just Talking Out Loud. Is there anything else you need to talk about? Oh, don't forget to leave us a text. And we'd appreciate that. In fact, someone did leave us a text. One of it was about our food
challenge.
Food challenges we did.
Or the food,
and
weird
it was
food.
weird food
foods.
challenge. And it was about mayonnaise and
Pickles.
bananas.
Oh, bananas and
Mayonnaise and bananas, which might be something
we'll have to try.
we're going to try. And there was another one. Someone just left us a message.
About sherbet and a fruit roll-up.
Yes, that's what it was. Sherbet and fruit roll-up.
Stephanie and Ian said try
Oh, yeah, that was on
sherbet
that.
and
Yes.
fruit roll-up.
And then there was another one that I got the other day, and we really appreciate it. We'll mention you if you want us to mention you. We'll definitely do that. I don't know if it's not on here. I thought it would have our it would say on here the sometimes I'll get an alert saying you got a message, but apparently Ron is not prepared and I can't find it. Of course, I can't. Maybe it's under here. Oh, wait, no, maybe it's up there. Nope, it's not there. So whoever sent it, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll find it the next time. But I really feel bad because I thought it was pretty good. Someone
else tried it.
Someone really liked it. And I can't remember who it was. Anyway, sorry about that. And again, thank you so much
for. We hope to do more food challenges. I do like the food.
I know, but you complained to somebody we're getting fatter.
Yeah, oh well.
So you're going to watch us grow and get bigger and bigger.
No, I'll diet for.
Or we can have somebody else do it. We don't have to.
If we can get other people to try it with us, that way we only get one bite.
Right. That's exactly. Thanks so much for watching and listening. We are out.
Have a great week.